recently you've partnered with Elves Bikes. Can you tell us how this partnership came about and what it means to you?
So it's no secret that in cycling and racing competitively, having the best equipment really can impact your results and impact your ability to race to your full potential. So being a recent graduate, I kind of lacked in that department and I wasn't able to make those key changes to my setup to really get those performance gains. And I actually first heard about Elves Bikes at CE Cycles, my local bike shop. And I was chatting with Clint there and he was telling me about these incredible new road bikes that they were bringing into the country. And so obviously, being the modern woman that I am, I went straight to Google and Instagram and was met with these incredible individual stories about these people creating these unique, incredible racing machines. And I was like, wow, I really want to be a part of that. So yeah, I ended up chatting with David and we met up and the rest is history. We just really clicked. And I think that we're at similar levels in our development and career in South Africa and it just made sense to get together. So yeah, in terms of how I got my bike, it was a pretty quick process. So Elves Bikes have this incredible online bike creator platform where you can literally design your bike from scratch. It is so much fun. Even just to do that for fun is an afternoon well spent. But I was now doing it to choose my next race bike. So that was quite pressurizing to be like, what color, what frame, all of those details. But David was there for every step of the way to talk me through it. And we thought about what are my strengths and what type of racing am I doing in South Africa. So here we don't really have any super long climbs. And the benefits of having an aero setup really did outweigh the benefits of having a very light setup. So I chose their Falath EVO frame, which has deep sections and is really designed to get that aero advantage. And yeah, we made that choice. And then it was about designing it. So obviously making that choice was the main thing because that's the performance goal, but actually choosing the color was what I found the hardest because it was just so many amazing options and pattern choices. So I had to ask all of my friends and followers on Instagram to help me. So thanks guys, that was very helpful. And eventually I settled on a green and purple colorway that kind of changes with the light and honestly could not be happier with it. So the design feels like me. The process felt just so supported and human. I think that's like a really important element with the brand. They are people and they care about me as an individual developing and becoming the best racer that I can be. And it's not just on the South African scale, it's also internationally.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to ride the Elves Falath EVO?
For starters, one word, fast. It honestly feels like it glides through the air. It is nothing compared to any other bike that I've ever ridden. It just wants to go fastest. It's impossible for me to do a recovery ride on it. You can ask my coach. I always do my recovery rides on my gravel bike because if I'm on my road bike, I literally just want to send it and I end up not really doing much recovery. So yeah, it is just a race machine. It's like a Lamborghini of bikes. I think for climbing, I've been super impressed. Like it's very responsive. So if I'm like standing, it accelerates quickly. For descents, it's incredibly well in its handling. So we have a lot of like quite twisty descents in Cape Town and I just love throwing it into all the corners. So yeah, that's something I very much enjoy about riding it. And for racing, it's very efficient. So when you have those aero gains and you maybe are doing like a break or getting away from the group, you really want to have those benefits. So that's something that I've really enjoyed and I've definitely noticed compared to my previous setup. When I do those long range attacks or in a breakaway group when it's much less riders in the wind, this bike is just so efficient. So from that perspective, I'm super, super happy.
Layla, you clearly have got a lot of potential and I'm sure the future is bright for you. What can we expect to see in years to come and where can people stay in touch with you?
So I'm going to stay very focused on my training and racing journey, and I'd really like to stay present and at my best in the racing space, and to really just compete at the highest level in the sport is a big goal for me. I would love to get a national jersey in one of the disciplines here in South Africa. I also, off the bike, feel that I want to be more involved in my cycling community. So I'm currently working on a bit of a research project on cycling infrastructure in Cape Town, which aims to make it more accessible for everyone. But there might be some other project coming soon to your screens and ears, so watch the space. And yeah, if you want to stay in contact with me, you can follow me on Instagram at Layla Schwell. I'm trying to post about my journey, but also just about if you want any tips or have advice about something about riding in Cape Town, just hit me up.
What advice do you have for aspiring cyclists?
So get on a bike. It doesn't matter what bike it is. You just got to start with something, and you can get far with very little in the sport. Find a group of people that are riding regularly, join their group, make friends, find people who are at a similar level to you, and then you have that training buddy to keep you consistent and keep you accountable. I think there's a whole world out there in the cycling environment, and once you start, you will love it. You'll get bitten by the bug, and you will just want to do it as much as you can until it's pouring with rain and you can't do it.
So Layla, you're fortunate enough to have a few brands that see the potential in you, believe in you, and have decided to back you. Maybe for the audience, give us a little bit of information on what that looks like, what that entails, and how that impacts your cycling.
So sponsorship is quite a challenge to achieve, and for a long time in the sport, it was just me trying to figure things out. And I think starting from a place of authenticity is a really good place to start when one wants to begin working with a brand. You need to be clear on what you need, and they need to be clear on what they need. And you have to form a common understanding. And from my side, with the support that I have, I just feel so grateful to be working with such inspiring and special people. And it honestly gives me motivation every day to go out and train and to race hard, and to have that backing just really adds extra confidence. To quote Vincent van Gogh, great things are done through small things brought together. So it's impossible to succeed in the sport or in anything in life, I think, without a proper, great team behind you. And from my side, I'm just so grateful for the special people and brands who have seen something in me and want to work with me, and yeah, just believe in my potential. So to start off with, like the Elves team here in South Africa, me and David, I think we just really click. So having him as part of my journey, I just can't be grateful enough for how much support he's given to me with the bike. And also even Elves internationally. SJ at Elves Bikes UK, she's shown so much interest in my project work. And yeah, she's also just shown how she cares as well, which is super rewarding. And I don't think a lot of companies are like that. So that for me feels quite unique. Also just a shout out to Richard and Julia at Enjoy. They've been so instrumental in just making sure that I show up to race and I look good and I'm racing in the best kit. So from that side, it's been awesome to work with them. And also just the openness of a lot of the brands that I'm working with to also work with each other and see how they can actually build on each other to create something awesome. And yeah, even from something like tires make a huge difference. And having Challenge behind me and Dirk and Tilo from Dinero Active, they've shown that support. And racing on a good pair of tires, that's such a key little performance upgrade that you don't even think about, but actually comes down to everything. And yeah, to also bring in my OG CE cycles, Clint and Michael, they're always in my corner, never too late or too early to talk about bike problems. And with bikes, there's always something, as everyone who rides bikes knows. And yeah, it's just awesome to have people in your corner who actually just want you to succeed. That is your way of repaying it back, is succeeding and showing and sharing your journey. That's a really important part of any brand partnership, is being open and authentic. So that's what I'm really trying to do. And of course, my friends and family and the wonderful people in my life who are always cheering me on, you guys are legends. So yeah, from my side, I'm just feeling super wholehearted and grateful for everyone. So thanks.